Miss Catherine, we were able to sit down with you a couple of times last year, and this caring shirts ministry that you created has really taken on a life of its own. You're I notice every couple of days you're making a Facebook post where you're shipping to somewhere else around the world. It's
That's
got
right.
to be truly heartwarming to
It
see
is.
what it is.
It is. It is. It is.
Of course, you've got a whole team of folks, not only from Bovina. The days I was there last year, you had people from other churches.
That's
So,
right. We get together whenever there's a need. We open the shirts on the top. We'll open them anywhere. We had a lady not too long ago that we opened her shirt down the back because she has drains from both kidneys on her back, and so it does not matter what medical device that the person's got on their upper body. We'll open that shirt to accommodate anything that they've got.
now for those that might want to participate in some way
Okay.
financially, how can they support this ministry?
We have a PayPal account, and it's OLDENBU6 at yahoo.com. They can mail a check to me at 2235 Mount Auburn Road, Vicksburg. But if you mail the check to me, make the check payable to Bovina Baptist Church, or you can just mail it straight to the church if you would like to.
Well, it's just incredible how much this ministry has grown and how many people are touching it. And God bless you for the work you're doing. Like I say, it's amazing to sit back and watch and know that we are getting to be a small part of it.
We we delivered our first shirts July the 3rd to the University Medical Center. And I had a deal with the Lord. That's what we were going to do, is keep University Medical Center in t-shirts. But God had a different plan. And now we have carried shirts in 37 United States. We have them in Russia, Australia, United Kingdom, Ireland, and we sent one the other day to South Africa. And we're fully funded by love offerings. I've never asked for money but one time, and it just poured in to what we need. And so we mail shirts. We're mailing shirts to about 16 cancer treatment centers across the United States.
Now, Barbie referenced this when I spoke with her, but tell our viewers just how this really got started.
In the summer of 2019, I took our granddaughter to the hospital. I thought she had a stomach virus, and it turned out that she had stage 4 non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. And she was moved over to the University Medical Center, and between the University Medical Center and the Lord, she's in remission. But she had a PICC line on her left arm, and if you've ever been in the hospital and wear hospital gowns, they wanted her to walk to keep the blood clots out of her legs, and then she had this hospital gown on. And if she put a t-shirt on like I've got, and this is a special t-shirt that says Caring Shirt, it was made specially for me. Some of the people at the River Hills Bank took their money and bought some t-shirts from Hobby Lobby, and they opened her t-shirt down the top and put snaps on it. And we put plastic snaps on the shirts. That way you don't have to take a shirt off for a PET scan or any kind. It's plastic. And so the bank made her some shirts and took them to her to the hospital. And all she had to do was just unsnap that sleeve, and she was out of that shirt. So that's how it got started. And I saw that every day that she could change clothes, they could work with her PICC line. And so I asked one of the they call them nurse coordinators or nurse navigators there at the University Medical Center. I said, what if we make a couple of shirts? And she said, fine. And we delivered 35 the 3rd day of July of 2019. And we have probably mailed or delivered right at 2,050 right now. and we are mailing or delivering on an average of 175, 150 in a month's time, and it's growing. And I don't understand it except that we give God the glory. Everything that we do is because He's doing it. We are working now. We put a little paper with our caring shirts to tell people what our ministry is about, and we are working now to put a little plan of salvation, just a little paper in our shirts now with the package. And we're also working with the Gideons for them to give us some small New Testaments, and we're going to put those, if everything works out, we're going to put those in our package. And somebody said, well, what about more postage? Well, the Lord has provided us money for the postage that we needed now, and He'll provide for the different weight in our caring shirt packages.
Well, Miss Catherine, thanks for joining us again today.
Thank you.
God bless you for all you do.
Thank you. Thank you.
Tommy Parker for Vicksburg Daily News. Joining me now is Pastor Randy Burns from Bovina Baptist Church. Brother Burns, this has got to be something amazing to be a part of. Tell us your thoughts on what this means to the church and the ministry, the outreach from here at Bovina.
Yeah, absolutely. It really is amazing. One of the things that we really focus on as part of our mission at Bovina Baptist Church is for everybody to find their shape for ministry. That we believe, God gives us spiritual gifts, but He also gives us passions and abilities and experiences. And so this is a perfect picture of Catherine and others using their experience when Danny was diagnosed with cancer, and what transpired from there, using those experiences to serve the Lord. And it's been absolutely incredible. It's very encouraging to see that that's something that we really want to do, like to do, and seeing it happen in miraculous ways. It's a perfect picture to be able to say, this is what we're talking about. We want everybody to be able to experience things like this and serve the Lord in that way.
And of course, I referenced this when I was speaking with Barbie. You've got several church members who are the church directly impact.
It's true. Yeah, our church has been impacted by cancer quite a bit, in several families, and people that are leaders in the church, just beloved people, members of the church family, have been impacted by cancer in a lot of different ways. And so it's easy for us to rally around a ministry like this because of that, because we all know what it's like. We've had our spouses and our parents and our children, grandchildren even, and so it means a lot to us. It really does.
We want to thank you for taking the time to share your thoughts with us.
Sir.
And
Absolutely.
Certainly if we can get a message out on behalf of the church, please call on us.
Yes, sir. I did want to say, something that really meant a lot to me personally, that how this ministry impacts so many. I shared this last Sunday, as a matter of fact, that God has given me a vision to reach the world, the continents, with the gospel through Christian ministry. And when the pandemic came, our missions kind of halted in a lot of different ways. We had to cancel mission trips to England and to Haiti, and any other plans that we had to kind of shut down temporarily. And then God just showed me a few weeks ago that the vision that He gave me, and being able to see this happen through our church, that during the middle of this pandemic, as Catherine shared earlier, we have been able to touch 47 U.S. states, a few provinces in Canada, and then countries in Europe and Australia and South Africa. It's just absolutely amazing to see that we're able to have that kind of a global impact in the middle of a global pandemic. And so it's just a perfect picture of what our God can do. It's absolutely amazing. And so that's what I want to encourage everybody to do is whatever God's plan is for your life. Just trust Him with it, and He can do what nobody else can do.
Thank you, sir. God bless you.
Yes, sir.
Tommy Parker for Vicksburg Daily News. Joining me is Barbie Alexander. Barbie, you've been very familiar with the Caring Shirts program. Please tell me what it's meant to you.
Well, so it was August 2019. I was diagnosed with cancer, kind of a rare cancer called sarcoma of the soft tissue, and world turned upside down, and I took off to MD Anderson in Houston, Texas, and part of my regimen for treating it, the first part of the regimen was chemotherapy. So I had about 7 rounds of chemo, and so that was about a 4-month process. And so this lovely lady that I know, Catherine Oldenburg, at our church, Bovina Baptist Church, had started a ministry, of all things, around the time of the COVID pandemic, called Caring Shirts. And so she sent me 3 shirts, and I was able to use them while I was getting my chemotherapy. I said I wasn't going to cry, but the biggest thing is that to know that what goes in behind those shirts, and the volunteers that have created them, and the love and prayer over those shirts, as well as just my support with Bovina Baptist and Catherine and this Caring Shirt ministry has meant a lot. I actually left my 3 shirts at the apartment that we rented while I was having the treatments for the next person, because they have a church ministry there that rents those apartments out to other cancer victims or patients, and it's a victim, I guess. And so I left them there for the next person to enjoy. So it means a lot.
Now, you're not the only church member who's benefited from this. We were to be joined by another lady, but unfortunately she's been diagnosed with COVID. But now the shirts are traveling literally around the world.
Around the world. And it's just so cool to be able to support that too for other people. It's amazing what she's been able to do. And I remember about the time that she was making the shirts when I was diagnosed, she was really trying to figure out the best way to produce them and what works better and things like that. And we were having trouble getting supplies, and we were trying to back with donations and things like that. So unfortunately, I think it was her granddaughter was what kind of spurred it. And so several and you just, when you look back or you sit in church and you start looking at all the people around with cancer that you go to church with on a weekly basis, it is amazing how many just local people it's touched and how it's spurred out from there. Because when you're going through it, you're also making a lot of friends and meeting a lot of people going through the same struggles you are. So through word of mouth, we've been able to just spread that out. And thanks to y'all for publicizing it, things like that, the interviews and the sharing of information with other people has allowed her to be able to expand that ministry even outside our continent. It's cool.
Well, we're certainly glad to be a small part of it. Like I said, I was able to go over last year twice and watch the process, and it is quite the process.
Yes.
But they seem to have a lot of fun fellowshipping and
I enjoy their Facebook post, yes, with all the other members.
I
that
think
we
half
get
of them show up to get fed.
Exactly. They get coffee and donuts.
Miss Catherine always has
cooking.
Something good cooking.
Yes, sir.
Well, we thank you for taking the opportunity to share your story with
I'm
us.
glad to do it. Glad to do it.
We'll be keeping you in our thoughts and prayers with your continued recovery.
Appreciate it. All's good right now.
Thank you.